I'm making French toast. This is my fancy toaster here. You can see it works pretty well. Flip these over here. There we go. That one looks like it's pretty well toasted. Yeah. Okay. Put that on there like that. And there's my fixings. I gotta stir all that up. I got 2 eggs. I got some canned milk and some vanilla extract. And that's making up my mixture for my French toast. So we'll stir that all up nice here. It's going to be good. It's going to be excellent. That's what it's going to be. Yes, it will be. Okay, now put that back there. Okay, now we'll flip this over. See what a job it does? That's one of the hazards of cooking outside. At least it didn't hit the ground. You know, when I worked at Canadian Tire back in 1990, we sold a lot of these little toasters. It actually folds up flat. It came in just in a flat box. And then you just raise these metal wires here and kind of snap them all in together. Anyway, it was a popular item, this toaster. I remember that I got this one when I bought the camper. It was left behind in the camper. So that's how I ended up with it. But I do remember these. I sold quite a few of these back in 1990 during my brief time working for Canadian Tire. Anyway, I've got my oil there too. Yeah, it's all ready to go. Go inside here and see what Rocky's up to. There he is. There's Rocky. Hey, Rocky. Yeah? I see. He seems a little bothered by something. Just watch him jump, though. He's a good jumper. Will I move your food out of your way so you don't land in it? Yeah, there you go. Here he goes. Oh, good jumping. Good jumping. You're a very good jumper. When he was a kitten, I remember one time in my living room, he jumped up on the back of a chair, and there was a filing cabinet a few feet away from the chair. And I made a fuss over him when he jumped up on the back of the chair, told him what a good jumper he is and everything, and really praised him up. And then he was making a movement like he was going to jump up onto the filing cabinet from the chair. And I was just looking straight ahead, but I could see him out the corner of my eye. And he'd make a movement like he was going to jump, and then he'd stop and he'd look over at me. And then he'd make a movement like he was going to jump, and he'd stop and he'd look over at me. And he did that about 3 times. And then he just looked at me and he went, "Rah!" like that. So I turned my head and looked directly at him, and then he jumped onto the filing cabinet. So he wanted to make sure I saw him anyway. He knew I praised him up for being such a good jumper, and he wanted to show off a little bit. Yeah, he quite